Hey guys, Leon Street here, visionary marketing coach, and I wanted to speak to you about the topic of generating leads. Now, if you don't know already, I wrote a book on this stuff back in 2018. So the book is actually a year old as I hold it in my hands. And I mean, writing the book in itself was a pretty great thing to do. It was actually one of those milestone moments in my life. But anyway, as I digress into writing books, lead generation is probably one of the biggest things that will free you in your business. And I don't mean it from the sense of just generating leads, because there's a lot of leads out there. It can be a lot of bullshit, confetti leads. I've been to different networking events where, you're being passed referrals or that kind of jazz. Shitty leads. But how do you get leads that actually make a difference in your business? Well, what I'm going to do is just give you a couple of tips of what you can do actively right now if you're an established business owner. Let's say you've been trading at least 12 months, you've banked some cash, you've got new clients, and you've actually delivered some value to your clients where the clients are happy, and you may or may not have a couple of testimonials or written letters of thanks, that kind of stuff. If you're in business and you want to generate leads, the biggest thing that you can do as an established business owner, whether it's 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 years, doesn't really matter. You got to really focus on who is the niche that you serve. You may hear it as your target audience or your ideal client avatar, something like that. I always start with niche because niche, it gets it focused and it gives you enough scope to work from in terms of who you're targeting and for your message to be really focused. So when it comes to niching, you got to understand what is the number one problem that you help your target audience or your niche to fix, to solve. So as an example, if you're an accountant, as an example, you're going to have business owners who, let's say they're doing their tax returns and they need help. Their problem is doing accounts and they haven't got a great handle on it. And that may be their number one problem. The symptoms can be many. It can be they've got tax issues, they're not up to date on tax, bookkeeping issues, they don't know how to manage numbers freaks them out, confuses them, annoys them. So all of these are different symptoms. But there's one overall problem, which is the business owner not able to do their accounts. So if you're an accountant, that would be a great niche to go after. And when it comes to niching, there are two key parts to niching. You have demographics, which is almost like the logical data points of your audience, like location, age, income, the revenue or turnover of their business. It can be different things like language. Those are demographics. But the biggest ones that you've really got to focus on that a lot of people skip are what are the psychographics. The psychographics are what are the reasons why a person would buy from you. And these are all to do with emotional things like what keeps them up at night, what pisses or frustrates them, pisses them off, what has held them hostage or held them back for, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, maybe even a year. Like what are the deep-rooted psychological problems they're experiencing that when you give them the solution, you can actually help them to fix. Yeah. So when you've answered those, you've got the demographics and you've got the psychographics. That's where you are now focused, and that on the first steps to actually focusing. You can take this to a whole nother level, which is what I wrote about in my book, More Leads, More Clients. But the point is, you're now on the road to actually focusing. So take your niche and how you help them to fix their number one problem and start to filter that into your social media posts. Focus on posts that really dig into that problem or the symptoms of what your audience are going through. So you could do things like how to get beyond creating a marketing strategy, or how to get beyond overwhelm when it comes to setting up a funnel. So these are just examples from me as a visionary marketing coach. I would focus on these aspects. So it could be, here are the top 10 tips of how to post on social media to actually generate leads. But the good thing is when you create posts by keeping your niche in mind, you're going to attract that type of person in. So the leads or the people who respond to your post, comment on your post, message you, these are going to be the ones who are actually interested in what you do because your message has triggered them. So for instance, if you're doing B2B on your LinkedIn profile, put in your LinkedIn summary information about the niche you serve, why you serve them, and how they can get the solutions that you offer. Yeah. This is going to help you to go to the next level. Here's some other tips. If you're posting on Facebook, you can put posts on your personal profile or on your Facebook page, maybe for your business or for you as an influencer. There are other places like in groups, so groups that are related to your niche, and if you see people posting in there, maybe you spend a certain portion of your time in a day, it could be 30 minutes or an hour, whatever it is that you set aside for you to respond to people's posts, put a comment there, to follow up, help people. And obviously off the back of that, you're gonna get people who are interested because you're posting either relevant content or relevant comments to help those people to get probably the next step in what they're looking for, and ultimately they get the biggest help when they actually invest with you on your products and services. So hopefully that's given you some help. One of the biggest things I would say in business is to focus in on understanding who your target audience is. A lot of people just go into business and are like, yeah, I can help everybody, my service is relevant for everybody, but what happens is when you help everybody, nobody takes notice. You've got to get to the point where people see you as a specialist rather than a generalist. So thanks for watching, guys. Leon Street here, the Visionary Marketing Coach, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.